This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am thrilled to be speaking with the acclaimed dancer, artist, choreographer. She does it all, the one and only Lauren Russo. But before we get to our interview, here's a sneak peek at Lauren's incredible talent, not only as a dancer, but also as a choreographer. Well, hello, Lauren. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Lauren, doing so much better now that we're finally talking. And I love the fact we were talking offline. My husband and I just moved to a new apartment around the block from your old digs at Fordham. But before we get to that, I want you to talk a little bit about the idea behind Nurture, a piece that you not only choreographed, but we saw your beautiful dancing in.
Sure thing. Yeah. Nurture is actually about the universal experience in life of kind of like when we're born, we need someone to take care of us. And then as we kind of get older, we're able to stand on our own. And then at some point, the roles kind of reverse, and whoever was taking care of us usually ends up needing help. And my father had passed away a year or two before I had choreographed the piece. And so this Nurture is in honor of him. It was kind of an ode to growing up with him and him raising me, and then me taking care of him before he passed. So,
Oh, what a beautiful tribute, and what a beautiful thing that you're able to almost carry the baton of your dad's legacy through your art. I'm sure he's, just smiling down on you that you've been able to not only pursue your dance, but you've excelled in dance as a double major in economics, creating your own basically program major opportunity in London. Talk to me about how that happened. So is it while you were at Fordham, your abroad was in London and you created the program, you and your friend? Talk to me a little bit about it.
yeah, for sure. So this was kind of a crazy experience, and I could say so much about it. But in short, basically, I had a good friend in school, Jacob Nahor, who we both wanted to go abroad, but there was no program for dancers to study abroad at Fordham. And so we had a friend in our program that was from Europe, and she kind of connected us to a few schools, which we like reached out to, communicated with, created like a 30-minute dance video, wrote a petition, wrote all these essays, and finally it was accepted. We got into one school and we went, and it was amazing. We went for 6 months at the London Contemporary Dance School. It was nothing like Alvin Ailey, but both are beautiful in their own ways. You can't compare them, totally different. And I'll never forget it. I got to backpack to like 13 or 14 countries. I got to experience so many different types of dance that I wouldn't have otherwise. Cunningham, I got to learn more about that there. Release technique, I got to do some Hoffish Hector work. Like there was just so much that it brought, like even just seeing the European dance scene, it was incredible. And I think it really changed me as a dancer, learning what was out there.
That's amazing, Lauren. And I think not only a testament to more tools in your tool belt that you get to share as a dancer and a choreographer, but just as a human being to be able to bring, my dogs are excited about your travels. I'm sure they want to get out of this apartment. But you've been able to train with some of the best companies all over the country, and also to perform though at Alvin Ailey. What was that like for you? Because that seems to just be like a North Star for so many dancers.
I mean, that was honestly one of the craziest times in my life. I got to perform Memoria with the first company, and Memoria is a dance about Joyce Trissler, who it's really about her passing on. Alvin Ailey had choreographed it, and it's literally about her, like her soul, pretty much going to heaven, or her, like whatever religion you believe in, but her, her soul passing on. And while I was learning that dance, my father actually passed away like during that whole rehearsal process. So it was really just this like crazy experience where I felt so connected to the piece that we were dancing. And then on top of that, just like so much emotionally was going on. Like, of course, I was dealing with a lot emotionally, and I was really fortunate to work with the incredible Ronnie Favors, who was just such a mentor and honestly one of the best people I have ever met. She like I'm so grateful for her support in that time, and it was unreal. I got to do it 2 years in a row, and I will never forget that experience. The joy, the stage at City Center, it's so beautiful, and the people that I got to perform with, and the support from the first company, everything, it was unreal. It was such an amazing, fulfilling
I
experience.
don't know how religious you are. I consider myself spiritual personally, but I can't help but think that your dad had something to do with that experience, that you were able to be buoyed by an opportunity to not only pursue your bliss and do your bliss, but to be able to have that emotional release in that very turbulent time, in that emotional dis-ease. You were maybe able to release some of it to cause some sort of ease because you were able to do what you love most.
Yeah, and it was great. Like he knew I had gotten in
Oh,
the
he
like
did. Oh,
yeah, so he was so supportive the whole time, before he had passed. And it was really like it meant a lot. It was kind of in the middle like of the rehearsals when he had passed. So it was crazy, but yeah, it was really nice to perform knowing that like I was doing this and he knew I was going to be performing this. And yeah, it was so meaningful and cathartic almost.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, Lauren. Well, listen, I could speak with you forever. You have me all teary-eyed over here, Lauren. And
I know,
so
trying
I,
not to.
I want to let the audience know for more on the amazing Lauren Russo and all that she has coming up. You could read more about her right below this video. Lauren, obviously, this has been a crazy time for all people, but especially artists. I'm curious to know, in addition to being involved with the Ikeda Contemporary Dance Company and the Amanda Selwyn Dance Theater, I'm just curious as you look forward into 2022, what do you have coming up, or what are you most optimistic about in terms of, getting back out there, performing for live audiences more?
For sure. I'm so excited and grateful. Honestly, I got into Ikeda just before COVID hit, like literally March of 2020. So I was very fortunate to consistently, for the most part, consistently have dance in my life throughout COVID, at least performance opportunities. And I think as, we're continuing through this crazy time, looking forward, I'm performing with Ikeda actually in like a few weeks in January on the 15th, and with Amanda, which actually got postponed because of COVID. So this is the rescheduled performance in January. We're doing a New York Live Arts performance, and also a gala with Amanda Selwyn in May. And it's just, I'm so grateful for these opportunities in this insane time. But then also independently as an artist, I've been trying to work a lot with different photographers, creating different, working with film or working with digital photos. And like I've been working specifically with one photographer and working with different mediums because he wants to create an exhibit of his own, which would be really exciting. Maybe sell the photos at some point, which is amazing. I would love to do that with him. And then also, of course, just like applying, auditioning. I think even though, dance has been really hit by COVID, we keep seeing, or at least I feel like I keep seeing different opportunities. Like Universal Studios tried to have an audition, or like the Rockettes, they for the most part had somewhat successful season, even though it ended early. And just to continuously, I feel like the dance world has kept trying, and we've kept having these like opportunities to just try and see, if maybe we can try to do it despite everything going on. And I'm really excited for that. I'm excited to keep trying to make art and keep trying to, you know, put myself out there in this industry. And I feel like that's so fulfilling. Even if, you know, it doesn't work out, it's okay. I think like just the fact that we're getting to create or getting to maybe do a little bit is really exciting. And of course, just taking class is even great if none of it works out.
Lauren, I'm
Um,
telling you right now, my love, it is going to work out for you. And I'll tell you why. Because not only are you an incredible talent, you have an immense work ethic. Not only do you have an immense work ethic, but you're a great human being. And you have an it factor about you. And if you ever feel any even little bit incy wince of quitting, you contact me and I will remind you. You are not to quit, because I'm telling you, you have such an amazing singular talent, a heart of gold. And I am so thrilled that you're joining this amazing new social media app where you're going to be able to connect with artists all over the world, future collaborators all over the world. I love it. I've spoken with, I'm already thinking for you, directors of photography and filmmakers and choreographers and dancers in Japan, Singapore, London, Australia, Canada, you name it. And there's what's so beautiful, especially about dance, as you know, it's a universal language that I think we can all relate to, but also something that unifies a world that sometimes is, leaning toward the focusing on what divides us. But you are such an amazing talent, and I'm so grateful that we're connected now.
Thank you so much. I'm really grateful for that too, and I really appreciate you taking this time and speaking to me, and to the opportunity to be a part of this community is really exciting. And I feel like just being able to connect to artists is something that doesn't get to happen a lot, especially today with COVID, because we're all wearing masks and dance is such a silent art. We so rarely talk. So I feel like this is such an exciting space to be in, where you can actually, speak and try to connect, and you never know what will happen.